guys, look who's wearing makeup. It is late in the day. Well, I say late in the day. It's almost 3 o'clock. I just want to say it's Thursday. Is it Thursday? It is Thursday. It's Thursday. Happy Thursday, everyone. Woo! I just want to say thank you to everyone. I've been reading all your all's comments today. Thank you. This is just a tough time for everybody, and I do have to remember that this is a really tough time for my kids too that have been thrown from their schedule. So there's going to be bad days, and that's okay. We can have a little bit of grace, my kids and I, for one another as we're moving forward. Someone had posted that you need to remind your kids that while mothering might be, being a mom might be your #1 job, being a teacher is not. I'm like, that's a good one to remind them. So anyway, it was sunny today, although I think the rain is supposed to set in this afternoon. We'll see. But it was sunny and like in the mid-50s today. And my friend Jenny, my thrifting friend Jenny, texted me and said, hey, you want to meet for a walk and we can walk 6 feet away from each other? And I said yes. So I walked over to her house and we did a 1 hour, 4-mile walk. It felt really good. I'm tired. She has a bad hip, so it probably wasn't wise to go quite so long, but it just felt really good. The weather, the minute I stepped outside of my house and started walking towards her house, I just felt immediately better. So that sunshine goes a long, long way. But anyway, I did that today. We did have a shorter day with our e-learning. My daughter's math is getting harder and I cannot help her at all. So she's doing freshman math and I'm done. I mean, I don't remember any of that. So anyway, she did go a little bit longer, but she's a little bit better at doing stuff on her own. So I was sitting up there with her because I was picking the winners for the Great Module Sew Along today. So I got on and it took a long time going through all those posts, which is fantastic. I'm so glad that so many people posted. That was such a fun challenge. So I did that and I did a random number generator. Everyone got entered into the draw once that had completed the requirements. And then I did a random number generator and picked 4 people and then literally just popped them in. First number that came up, that person got bundle 1, 2, 3, and 4. So that actually you guys would have already seen this by the time you're watching this because you're watching this on Saturday. So that was very exciting. Got that all finished. What else has gone on today? I took a nice long bath because I needed it. I was very stinky after my walk. But yeah, I've just kind of been doing some odds and ends and work, and I do need to edit a little bit later. But I did just want to come on here and say thank you guys so much. #1, about the time lapses. I can totally keep doing those. I think they're kind of fun. I think they're relaxing to watch, so I will definitely keep doing those. If you don't want to watch them, that's fine. It's very easy just to skip ahead until I'm talking again, because I get it. You guys like the tips and all that kind of thing, and I'm happy to give those. It's just a little harder to edit those. So, you know, I just have to watch a lot more footage for that kind of thing. So anyway, I'm going to do some sewing right now. Like I said, it is 3 o'clock. I do need to edit the video for tomorrow. I'm going to wait a little bit because I'm down here and I want to do some sewing. So I'm going to work on my Monte dress. Someone had asked about with the big bust. So the Monte dress, I'll pop a picture of it up right here, has they have like pocket flaps. They're faux pockets. They're not real pockets, but pocket flaps that are on the yoke. They kind of in the seam of the yoke across the front of the shirt. And she had said, you know, what do you think about that with a full bust? And normally I don't like to have any kind of a flap, patch pocket, or anything on my boobs because I think it draws attention to it. So I thought I may just, I don't know, I may omit them. I'm not sure yet. Or I may baste them in there and then we'll just try on as we go and try and figure out if I want to keep them in there or not. You know, get it to a point at least where I could kind of tell. So that's kind of my plan going forward about the pocket flaps. Because it is true, I really normally don't like to put things on my chest because it just draws attention to that. But there will be a horizontal seam there anyway, which also draws attention technically, so do the flaps really matter? I don't know. I mean, it's part of the design. And I could always top stitch them down so they're not actually flapping around. That could be an option. It would maybe keep them down a little bit more. See, now I'm just muttering to myself. Okay, I'm just going to set you up by the sewing machine and we're going to do a time lapse. Okay, before I get going, I just want to show you style art patterns. This is literally the instructions you get. to make this dress, right there. Just this little section. And then there is a diagram that shows like what pieces go with what pieces. And then there is, for the collar, they do have a couple of picture diagrams. That's it. But I'm very excited because I've heard they're fantastic patterns. So we are gonna time lapse and we're gonna sew a shirt, or a shirt dress, sorry. Okay, so this is where I'm stopping for tonight. I've got the front and the back attached to the shoulder seams. I did put the pocket flaps in. I just decided we're just gonna go for it. It's the style of the dress. I really like it with the collar popped, actually. It's meant to be down. It's standing up on its own though, because I've got pins in there. So I'm stopping for tonight because I want to go ahead and hand stitch the back neck down and the facing at the shoulder seams on both sides before I go any further. But I've got the facing in, it's all understitched. So that's exciting. So I'm really not, I need to look at the instructions. I'm really just going by the, flying by the seat of my pants, per normal. And I need to pick out buttons tonight too. But I think tonight I'm going to just hand stitch that so that I can finish working on this tomorrow. And then I'm going to go ahead and hand stitch down the lining to the butterick dress, the linen butterick dress that I made, where I lined the bodice. I still haven't hand stitched that down. And if I don't do it now, it won't get done, and then I'll be ready to wear it and it won't be done, and that will frustrate me. So that's tonight's plans. Okay, so I'm going to stop for today. Like I said, I'm going to do some hand sewing into my Monte dress, and then also hand sew that lining down in that butterick dress just so it's done, because if I don't do it now, it won't get done, and that will be very annoying when I go to wear the dress. So I know me. So yeah, I'm gonna park myself in front of the television, I think tonight, because I'm getting close to my calorie count. I'm getting good with my activity rings here on my watch, so I think I could probably park myself in front of the couch this evening. I need to edit tomorrow's video, which is a formal video for it to announce the winners and get all that done, and then I'm just going to do some hand stitching. So those are my plans for tonight. Tomorrow we'll finish that dress, and then we'll go on to the next project. I don't know what that's going to be yet. I think on Saturday I am going to start... Yes, on Saturday I'm going to start sewing t-shirts, because Saturday and Sunday's video you'll see on Monday. So yes, so tomorrow I'm going to finish the Monte and then maybe do one other quick little project. We'll see what I have time for, because then we're going to be in full t-shirt mode starting on Saturday. You won't see that until Monday, but so Sunday starts the full on t-shirt week for you guys. But yeah. So those are my plans. I want to again thank you guys for all your kind comments. That really, yeah, we're going to get through this together, right? Okay, so have a good evening, and I will talk to you tomorrow. Bye. Hello, my Unvelcus. There we go. Hello, everyone. Happy Friday. It is 2 o'clock in the afternoon. We just finished a very long day of school, but we got it done, and we are starting to figure it out. Although we did just get notified today from our turn that on, from our school district that we are going to a 4-day school week. So clearly we weren't the only ones struggling through this. So starting on Monday, we will only be going to school Monday through Thursday, or doing e-learning. It's Monday through Thursday. So we will do 2 blue days every week, which I think are Monday and Wednesday, and 2 white days every week, which will be Tuesday and Thursday from now until we go back to actual school. So when and if that happens. So that takes, so then Fridays are just going to be catch-up days. I think the teachers were really struggling too from being at home, that this virtual learning was a lot more work on their part, and they've got kids at home as well. So I think that's kind of why they made that decision. So that's kind of exciting and takes off a little pressure, although next week we've got 4 days and then our spring break starts. So a week from today is our first day of spring break. I mean, we're not going, no one's going anywhere, but I told the kids we were going to be doing some reorganizing. We're going to go through all of their toys that are in the basement and divide up things that I want to save for grandkids versus things that we can donate versus things that need to be tossed, and then the odd few things. Basically, I'm making room for all my daughter's art supplies. So my daughter's really big into art and loves to paint and draw and pretty much everything. But I commandeered one of their, they use the same units that I use for my fabric that you guys have seen, and I commandeered one of their tall skinny units because I needed it for when I got all that fabric from my mentor Joyce. I needed one of them. So anyway, all of our art stuff's just been kind of dumped everywhere, so we need to make room where the toys were for all of her art supplies. So that is what we're going to be doing over spring break. Doesn't that sound exciting? Anyway, I am down in the basement now. It's Friday. There's just something, I mean, even though pretty much every day kind of rolls into the next right now, there is just something lovely about a Friday afternoon. I don't know, just something very freeing. I don't know what it is. But anyway, I'm gonna finish my Monte dress. So I'm not gonna time lapse you only because I'm trying to be very aware of how long these vlogs are getting, especially when I do 2 days in one, only because it takes forever to render it in my, to save it as the video file that I need to do when I'm editing, and then it also takes forever to upload it to YouTube. So if I can keep it around 30 minutes, that's going to be best. So I'm not going to do any time lapse, I don't think, today. My plan is I'm going to finish the dress. I'll show you what the dress looks like on real quick, and then I want to talk about, I think I'm going to start getting things ready for t-shirt week today, because I'm going to start sewing t-shirts tomorrow. Because you'll see that on Monday. So I'm going to start and video and all that kind of stuff. But I want to go ahead and get my patterns ready today and talk a little bit. I'll show you guys a little bit kind of what I have planned. And things could change. I could add more. I could take some away. But just kind of what I got planned for t-shirt week for next week. Okay, I'm going to leave you now. And then when I come back, I should have a finished Monte dress. Okay, so here is my Monte. I really, really like it. Now the slits might be a teeny tiny bit high, which I could definitely change. I shortened it 1 inch above the pockets and 2 inches below the pockets because of my height. And I love where the finished length, I think it still kind of keeps the nature of the dress. Maybe I would have, and I guess I could still go back in, unpick this and just sew my side seam down 2 inches, and I may do that. But I've got the pockets in it. I love the looseness. I mean, it just feels like this is going to be fantastic in summer. It is very not form-fitting, but I kind of still really like it. And I even like the flaps. So I did top stitch these down, but I really don't mind that that detail at all. I think it's kind of nice. And I think this is going to be great to be worn unbuttoned all the way as a duster over things. Yeah, it's got pockets, which are very nice. Used buttons from my stash. So yeah, I think I may, again, go in and close up that seam maybe 2 inches to where it's hitting more, a little below. It's like mid-thigh right now. I don't know. I mean, it's on the side. I don't know. We'll see. I do think it helps maybe not look quite as loosey-goosey. So anyway, there you have it. My finished Monte. It went together so well. Again, I think it looks cute with the collar popped. If you wanted to wear it like that. I think wearing it as a duster will be fun. I love the color. It's a fantastic neutral for me. Yeah, I'm really pleased with this, and I'm really crooked. So I can't wait to make my other, now I'm crooked the other way, make my other Style Arc. My gosh, the name just completely flew out of my head. The Style Arc patterns. So I'm right in between a size 10 and 12 and their size chart. I did not do a full bust adjustment on this. I made the 10 in this one because I looked at the finished measurements. I think that's probably the key with these. Depending on the style, if it's a little looser style, maybe I do a 10, and if it's a little more fitted style, maybe I should go up to the 12. Yeah. I think I may do the Bryce jumpsuit next because I kind of want to get that digital knit sewn up. But first, we're going to tackle t-shirts. So I'm going to let you guys go right now. I have to run something by a friend's house, leave it on her porch, and then do dinner for my family. But I will be back this evening and with just some kind of thoughts about I'm going to pull out all my t-shirt knits and get those all ready for tomorrow, and I'll take you guys along with me. So I will be back before I end for today, and I will see you guys soon. All right, so let's talk t-shirts. This is my pile of, well, not all cotton. There's some merino in there. This is a cotton knit. This is the other, the last ribbing that I bought. I'm going to, and you're going to see an inspiration shirt on Sunday that I'm going to kind of recreate. So again, I'm using 4 patterns primarily, although I've got a pile of some, over there is thrifted stuff that I think I might mess around with this week too. But anyway, basically I'm going to do a scoop neck shirt. I think I'm going to use the Idlewild, the Itch to Stitch Idlewild for this one, and then do the 3/4 length sleeve and then hem with these cuffs for something fun. It's not going to use very much of this, so I don't know what I'll do with the rest of it. I don't know. I'll have to think about that. But anyway, that is going to be the plan for this one, this mustard colored one. This is a thrifted sweater that I've actually already cut out it was a really big men's one that I already cut out a Love Notions classic tee with the standard front and a v-neck that I'm going to do. And that one I'm going to use for the tutorial for the v-neck for you guys. These two are merino wools. One of these, I haven't decided which, is going to be the Ellie Henley from Seamwork. I wanted to do a Henley shirt in the merino. These are a little bit thinner, but they're kind of athletic. So I don't know which one I'm going to use. I think I have the 1.5. Although maybe not. Maybe I have 1.5 of this one. I might have 2 of this. I may save this for something else. I don't know. So I'm still on the fence about those. Got some patterns here that all need to be ironed for tomorrow. Okay, here we've got a whole bunch, or 4 solids. Let me get these all. These 2 are stuffed. They were expensive knits. They feel amazing. This one got from Style Maker Fabrics. It's also a lovely feeling cotton jersey. And this one came from Blackbird. This is a cotton modal blend. So the modal is kind of like a rayon. So there is, this one's maybe a little bit drapier. So I'm thinking this one I think might just be a regular 3/4 length. You're really crooked here. 3/4 length maybe sleeve. I don't know. I think I'm just going to do a scoop neck on this one though. Maybe I could do a tutorial on showing you how to figure out the ratios for like a scoop neckline on this. I don't do crew necks because they just cut me off. This one I'm going to do the square neck of the Pamela Patterns shirt. Not sure what sleeve I'll do on that yet, but I am going to do the square neck on this one. This one I'm not sure quite yet which one I will do. I may do one of the other. This one I may do a ballet neck, or not a ballet neck. I do have a ballet neck. I could do if you guys are interested, but a boat neck maybe for this one because people were interested in seeing how that is done. This one, I think because it is a little bit drapier than the other cottons, I may play around and show you guys how to mess around with sleeves and do more of a billowy sleeve on this one with like a fitted cuff at the bottom. So that's kind of what I'm thinking going forward right now. And then, and I may do something with both of these. I haven't quite decided, but yeah, I am going to show you how to do a Henley neck. With a placket in knits in one of those. And then over here I have 3 thrifted shirts. These 2 are the same and they are bechamel. Someone said that was a Dillard's maybe, like a Dillard's brand. Anyway, they've got really pretty necklines. So they've done kind of a V neckline here, but they've used a facing and then they have cover stitched it down but used the loopy side of the cover stitch to stitch down the facing, which is a very nice look. It just looks really professional. I want to leave the necklines on these. They do need to be cut down, but they have these contrast bands here at the bottom that I could play with and have fun. So I'm not sure. I think they're both, this is a short sleeve. I think the other one is a short sleeve as well, the navy one. Let's see here. Yes, they're identical. But this one's got the navy at the bottom, so I kind of want to play around. If anyone has any ideas on what I could do that might be kind of fun. Now this isn't ribbing. I mean, it is ribbing, but it's not like suck it in ribbing because it's got like a sweatshirting on the back side. So I wouldn't really use that as ribbing to like cinch anything in. But what do you guys think? What would be something fun to do with these solid bands here at the bottom? Because I'm going to cut these up anyway. I am going to, again, keep the necklines because they're just really nicely done, and I like them on me. Yeah, let me know what your thoughts on this. And then this is an ochre-colored sweatshirt that I got at Goodwill. It had a grease stain on the front that I got out with the Blue Dawn soap. That stuff is magical. So it looked like it had splatters on the front, like maybe someone was cooking with it on. It is so soft, but it's very large. So I want to do something with this. I was thinking maybe the Sloan sweatshirt. I'll probably leave the neckline again. I mean, it's got cuffing on the sleeves. I will need to take the sleeves off, I think, and redo them because they just hang way too long. It's a drop shoulder anyway, but it's just way drop shouldered on me. But there is no cuffing at the bottom. It's just loose, which might be kind of fun just to leave it loose and just maybe take in the sides. I don't know. I'll try these on for you and you guys can help me decide maybe later on in the week. But I did pull these out because I may want to mess around with those as well. So that's kind of what I am thinking so far for t-shirt week. And then let's go to my knit drawer real quick. Okay, I'm in my fabric stash here now. Now, I mean, I have a lot of colors in here that clearly I'm not supposed to wear. Not that you can't wear what you want. That I'll probably make stuff just for Ava out of. This is a beautiful, I think this is maybe this is just a rayon knit, but this is an organic cotton knit that's really pretty, and then it has its counterpart in the blue. I can still wear blues. And then this blue and this pink are both the same fabric. It's just a really nice rayon knit. I've got this kind of really fun. I've got quite a bit of this fun rayon knit. We'll mess around with that later. There's some Pontes. But I do have some Emma One Sock rayon knit. It's a little bit drier rayon knit, so it's more matte, I guess you could say. And what is this? This is a nice stable knit too, this blue, but I kind of thought I might do a jumpsuit out of this. I think I have 3 yards of this. I can't remember where I bought this. I feel like this has hemp in it, maybe. Anyway, this rayon would be really fun to do some of those more floaty sleeves. Watch the show here. Okay, the floaty sleeves. And so in that rayon, I have this blue and I have this blue. I may end up giving that one to my daughter. This is a color that'll probably go to my daughter as well. But I also have, let's try not to pull this one out. This is my second drawer. I also have it in this kind of camel-y color. And I know I said I was going to steer clear of doing rayon knits for my t-shirts and save those for more dresses and stuff, and I may still, but that's just stuff in the stash. That's all my knits. Here, I'm going to flip you around and talk to you. So anyway, this is a lot easier. I dump my knits all over. So I don't have a ton of knits in my stash comparatively to the rest of the fabric that I do have. And most of those are actually just scraps pieces of leftovers from other projects. But I think what I'm going to do, because I do need 1.5 yards of knits to get a t-shirt out of, pretty much all sleeve lengths. However, I just really need that more for the length. I usually don't need all of the width. So my plan is I'm going to reprint out, I made the Summer Basics tank in this fabric that I've got in this shirt from Love Notions, and it was a little tight, I think because there's hardly any stretch. This fabric does not have much stretch in it at all. Because then I think I threw it away, the pattern. I mean, I had printed out just a tank. It was like 2 pattern pieces. But I think I threw it away because I thought maybe it was too tight. But now looking back, I'm like, well, not really. Just this fabric didn't have enough stretch. Anyway, long story short, I think I am going to print that back out. And just as I'm cutting out the other tops of this knit, just go ahead and cut out one of those tank tops as well. Just so I can have a whole arsenal of layering tank tops for the summer. Whether that be wearing it under dusters or just as is if I'm really hot, or under blazers or whatever. Since those are my colors, I feel like they would go with like everything in my closet. So that's kind of what I'm thinking. I may just have that pattern out and then just cut out tank tops as I go. I don't know that I'll sew them all next week, but I can just have a stack, and then when I'm in the mood to sew up some tank tops, they'll just already be cut out. I know people do that with underwear patterns too. They just leave them out and, cut the knit when it's out. I need to do an underwear pattern, but I digress. Anyway, I have no need to sew up all of my knit stash, that's for sure, at this exact moment. But I don't know. I think that some of the more balloony sleeves that you're going to see, because I'm doing a whole bunch of inspiration posts on Sunday, would look better in a rayon knit. And maybe those Emma One Sock, just because they're a little less, they have a little bit more body to them, not quite as drapey as some rayon knits. Like I said, they're drier, if that makes sense. They're a little more matte. They're not quite as shiny as a lot of rayon knits can be. Does that make sense at all? Anyway, so I may play around with some of those as well. So that's all I've got for you. Okay, I am going to let you go for tonight. I want to thank you all again from the bottom of my heart for all your wonderful emails and comments. We're making it through this time. It's going to be fine. I'm loving that you guys just love this little impromptu series. It's really fun to talk to you all. It's helping keep me sane, the sewing and the talking to you all. So in my little rack back there is growing. Really love my Monte dress, and I cannot wait to cut out the Bryce jumpsuit. I think that's the next pattern I'm going to do once the t-shirts are all done. So that's kind of my plan going forward. All right, guys, I hope you have a wonderful weekend. I mean, I'll see you tomorrow, but I hope you guys have a wonderful weekend. You're watching this on Saturday, so have a good one. And yeah, see you tomorrow. Bye.